motherfuckers, this is not a child-friendly channel. If you are 13 or younger, please get out, because otherwise I'm going to go to jail. And I, CatMik, would very much not like to go to jail. Greetings. I review stuff on the internet. Problem is, I am bad with that. I often don't know what to pick and how to handle it. I wanted to do Skullgirls, and I even had a retail idea, but with that I have once again hit a brick wall. When suddenly, as I was searching for new ideas, inspiration struck. Why not revisit something I reviewed before? And then another idea. Why not check out the sequel? I won't tell you the name of today's game yet, but it sets you as a private investigator sent out to check disappearances in an amusement park. But it seems someone is onto you, or perhaps deliberately set everything up, as they not only sent you a clue, but also a flashlight that reveals hidden messages. Immediately my fancy is tickled as questions popped into my mind. Is it a trap? I hope not. I then began investigating in this point-and-click adventure game. The engine seems rather basic, as you're basically reloaded into a couple locations, but that's okay. There's a lot of flavor text to investigate, even if it shouldn't be popping up without the flashlight on, but that's details. You enter the spooky park, solve some problems, endure a lethal minigame with explosives disguised as whack-a-moles, and tentacle molester robot who isn't trying to kill you. That's right, you sons of canines, we're doing One Night at Betty's 2. Now, I mentioned I did review the previous one, and while I wasn't too keen on it, I feel cheated! This game lied to me! And while I wasn't too keen on it, I actually like this one. They share a lot of traits, such as the linear plot, bare-bones basic point-and-click adventure style of the game, but while the first one had you blindly stumbling around with absolutely no idea what to do, randomly locking you into cameras, and playing loud sounds out of nowhere just to jump scare you. In 2, however, you're actually given a lot more direction, and with it, less stumbling around blindly. Whenever you mouse over something that can be interacted with, text appears, either giving flavor text or describing something with a little bit more detail. The camera locking issue from the first game doesn't exist, as the only times you can't go somewhere else are when you're actually doing something like playing whack-a-mole or story demands it. For example, when you're climbing up a mountain and feel too determined to stop. Point is, it's not random gameplay interruptions just to flash some eyes in front of you. And also, unlike in the first game, there is ambient sound, very faint in the background, so when something loud does happen, there's a lot less whiplash. Even when the game is silent, the sound comes after you click stuff, so it's not unexpected. Design-wise, this is a huge step up from the first installment. Even the game overs are more than Easter eggs this time around. And naturally, you're not just stuck in an office, so you're exploring multiple locations around the theme park. The locations actually look pretty good. It really does feel like I'm exploring a discount Disneyland, with each chapter focusing on a themed attraction location, investigating and snooping as usual, and talking to people to reveal the clues after I have some fun with them. And honestly, I actually kinda enjoy this. Not the actual sets, but the simple 3-step processing getting to each animatronic, and then in turn the next clue. You gotta find out where to go, solve a puzzle and beat a minigame to proceed, and then the robot Lewds are a reward for playing instead of just being a slutty animated set piece with a poor excuse to get there. Not that there's anything wrong with that, naturally. But one thing I noticed that made me wonder. During the set scenes, you have the option to customize your snooping as usual, and one of the options looks like a robot digit. So what, are these custom snooping as usual canon? Or at least a choose your own canon kind of thing? Because if so, it would be possible that your character is canonically also an animatronic, and that means they could be actually from here, especially since they apparently have fond childhood memories of this place. And what is childhood to a robot if not the first year it began operating? Not only that, while you do have the option to destroy each animatronic, it usually just triggers a game over. But what you don't have is the option to not have sex with them. So it means you're canonically leaving each of them satisfied on the ground. Which also made me wonder, who is your character? Are you really the gumshoe that the game hints at you being? Or are you the bad guy responsible for all the kidnappings, but have been found out by the actual gumshoe who is forwarding these messages to bait you and constantly trying to stop you before you have an opportunity to damage the animatronics? The 3 deaths inflicted on your player character certainly could be staged to look like an accident. An equipment malfunction, a tragic fall down the mountainside, and a secret dungeon with the safety triggers failing. Well, I guess we'll see when the game is completed. And hey, if you agree with me, I'm leaving a link to the creator's Patreon in the description, so throw a few bucks their way, show your appreciation in that manner. Maybe they'll be able to afford some cookies. And while you're snooping as usual in that area, why not take the time to subscribe to me and watch my other videos if this is your kind of thing. CatMik, out!